Hello guys, and welcome back to a new Minecraft Let's Play starting, well, whenever this comes out. Probably be, what day is today? That's not charged, so... Today's Sunday, so tomorrow. Wow, I'm really crunching myself. So, yeah. Oh crap, I forgot to unmute the game. That's really quiet for some reason. Why? Is it quiet? Well, yeah, problems for later. Okay. Oh. Alright, got my issue sorted out, and I'm back. So, not entirely vanilla, as you can obviously see by the mini-map on the top right-hand corner. Yeah, I didn't want to... I don't really like the vanilla way of, having to use the coordinates stuff. And I wish vanilla had something like a mini-map system. This particular one is Journey Map, for those inclined enough to actually want to check it out. It's one of the older ones, actually. I think the first version of this came out in 1.0, I want to say. So it's one of the few that's actually stuck around from the old times. What if... yes, hard. I couldn't remember if I left that or if I'd set it to hard or not. Why hard? Because I feel like funny shenanigans will happen if I play on hard. So, right. So I think I remember saying back in when I was doing a 7 Days to Die playthrough, sorry for those who were watching that. I'm not going to return to that for a minute. Mainly just waiting for the new next update to come out. And I think I remember saying in that I had no plans to go back to Minecraft, but I started thinking about it, and I don't know. I just did some thinking. Decided I wanted to do it again. Wanted to give it another shot. One of the main reasons I said I didn't want to back then was I had just reset my computer and lost my Bedrock world that I was doing a Let's Play on, and I didn't want to start again so soon. After I'd lost literal years of progress, so... figured it was too soon then. It's... not now, obviously, or I wouldn't be doing this. Honestly, searching for a seed I wanted to use was something else entirely. Whew. I came across so many of what I would consider duds. Now, what I consider a dud, most people might like, but I wanted a fairly flat plains with a village near spawn and a forest not too far away, which this seed obviously meets all of those requirements. And you probably can't see it now because I got render distance turned down for performance reasons. But there is a forest somewhere that way, I think. This is a seed from I found on Reddit that I briefly checked out just to see if it met the requirements for what I wanted to do, and it did. Also, yes, data packs. All the links to data packs, mods, and such are in the video description, which I think I forgot to throw in the one for Autofish, or link to Autofish, which I will rectify after recording this and editing. It's not... Yeah, I'll do that. It's not something that's that particularly useful unless you're going to be doing some fishing, which... I don't know if people do a lot of fishing for stuff. Oh yeah, also this is... The doors are like this because of my add-on for Faithful. So, yes, that's not public yet because I'm not so sure about some certain things, like, for example, the green grass I've not made up my mind on. Also, the buttons are from Ant Venom's resource pack, the old one. So, yeah. Also, I upscaled those myself. As not as hard as you would think, actually. By no means am I a texture artist, but yeah. Also, the doors on harder difficulties and hardcore and stuff. I think it's kind of useful to be able to see out the window and get a good idea of what's out there. I'm gonna take this bed with me. No, I'm not. I've got a bed, or the stuff to make a bed. Sorry, villager. You can keep your bed. I'm gonna have a blue bed. Whew. Anyway. Oh yeah, data packs, right. Everything I'm using can be found on Vanilla Tweaks. I've shared the pack, and there will be... Thinking. There should be links to the stuff that's not, but I think everything in here is literally Vanilla Tweaks. I briefly considered Vein Miner data pack, but no, just no. Is that a creeper? Yes, that's a creeper. I am not quite brave enough for that on hard. Is this the direction of the forest? Lots of apples, that's a good thing. Hey, forest. Oh yeah, because I forgot, create waypoint. Village. That's fine. Color. That's another thing that makes this useful. Submit and save. Is that. Now, if I wanted, I could have that. I could just disable it so you couldn't see it on screen, but I'm not going to do that quite yet because it's kind of useful to be able to see it. Lava. That is very good to know. Very good. Because if you don't know, there's game rules now where you can have infinite lava sources, so it essentially works like water. And I have that enabled, so yeah. Infinite lava source. Which basically means infinite fuel. And I can remember when you needed a mod like Tree Capitator or something to do what I'm doing now. Ah, man. That was... Yeah, that was 1.13 added data packs. I don't know if that was a thing that you could do in 1.13 or not. I don't remember. It's genuinely been that long. But it doesn't feel like it's been that long ago. It feels like I was doing 1.12 like weeks ago, or months ago, but it's... In reality, it's been ages. I think I'm going to build over here. Yeah, this area looks nice. Minus the underwater caves, I kind of have a very large distaste for those. Only downside to this area is there's no cows. Which is a pretty large downside. Oh yeah, leaf litter. Yeah, there's no cows over here, which we'll deal with that when the time comes. Crafting table, bed. That's blue dye. I want a light blue bed, so I'm not going to mess with that quite yet. I don't think there's a flower that gives you white dye. I think you have to get bone meal and craft it. Not great. Not great. Wood. I don't know why I guess I know why I'm doing that. I've been playing modded 1.6 recently. And that was before the crafting book. So you had to do everything by hand. And I guess I'm still kind of in the habit of having to do that. So yeah. I need 1 piece of charcoal. But I will take 5. I think 4 planks will smelt up 5. Yes. Okay. Whilst all of that's in order, I think building a starter house would be a fairly good idea. Ah, crap. That village had potatoes. I forgot to grab... no. No. Darn. I got sidetracked. Oh, no. Well, no bother, I guess. I've got wheat seeds, so farming... We'll be farming wheat, I guess, at the start. This leaf litter is scenic. I don't know. I'm undecided on how I feel about it yet, because it does kind of litter your inventory, no pun intended. But, or should I say pun intended. Yeah, that back there is not, that's not gonna get watered. Oh, actually it might. As it's 4 blocks diagonally as well. That's probably not, though. We'll see about that. I put the seeds in the chest. Okay, so... Not sure how big this forest biome is. It is... flowers. Lots of flowers. I didn't know that. Leaf litter has its own sound for walking through it. That's neat. I've played this actually quite a bit on 1.20, 1.5, and I still just now am finding new features that I didn't know were in, or a thing. Yes, I was quite right that it would smelt 5. Let's put those away and get rolling on some food. I do need cobblestone because I want to use cobblestone on my house. But doesn't look like there's any open caves around here that are not flooded, though that one might. That might be the ticket over there. Oh, fast swimming. You don't know how much you're going to miss something until it's not there. And this is one of those things. Old Minecraft swimming was awful. So. Ow. To prevent that from happening again, let's just do that. Alright, cave. Oh, firefly bushes? Those are nice. Are those, shearable or soak touchable or movable, basically? Or can you just pick it up? Because those kind of have a nice scenic effect. It'd be kind of nice to have near around the house at night. On the server I play on, my friend's got one of those. Or I should say the server we play on. I host it on my laptop. Actually, is that up right now? Yes. Oops, I probably could have closed the beta 1.5 server. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do for my base, so I took and built a base from that I made in beta. Because I thought it looked cool and might be an idea instead of having to come up with something entirely new when I didn't feel like doing that. Not sure how much this is actually going to take. I'm not wanting to go too over the top for a starter house. Actually, I had considered just building a wood box till I had resources to do something better. But I'm not... I don't want to do that. Nah. I'll pass on the noob house. Copper, though. Nah. Not yet. So I don't know my immediate... Well, yes and no. I have ideas. I has the ideas. One of those is I want to get to the end because I would very much like an elytra as soon as possible. But then again, the end on hard. This might be one of those times, because I remember doing it in 1.19 on hard. We had, I hope this works. Yeah, it works. Okay, good. I did do the end with Warlord 1987 in protection for iron armor, so it wasn't that bad. But I don't like wasting protection on iron armor, because it's... Oh, never mind. I was worried about doing that because I wanted to have some so I could get started on breeding cows fairly quickly, but never mind. It was not. It was one of those non-problems, meaning things you think will be problems but actually aren't. Okay, so. Oh yeah, I didn't mention. I'll keep the egg actually. One of the other mods I'm using is one called Gamma Utilities. I forgot to put it on the list, but I will rectify that by the time this goes out. Mainly for strip mining is what I use that for, because I don't like to place torches in the branch mines. I feel like it's a waste, and the chance of something spawning in there with you is... Well, let me rephrase that. The chance of something spawning in there that can actually get to you is very low, because it's like 20 blocks. Albeit, zombies can see you from a fairly far distance, so they can still be kind of problematic, but everything else, not really. So, yeah. Granted, I could also just... I don't remember if dynamic lights is disabled or not. I could just re-enable that and hold a torch in my left hand. Why did I disable that again? I don't remember. I don't even know if it's disabled. I haven't checked. Actually, I could have swore you could place this on sand. Remember, James had some on his island, but I thought it was on sand. I guess maybe it wasn't. The memory is reliable until it's not. These dimensions will work. Yeah, that'll work. Sleep. 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 Okay. Want to have a good amount of furnaces, cause... And that's the reason I like the firefly bushes. They just make the area pop a little bit at night. Oh, and then there's that, the cicada noises. And then crafting table in the middle of that, and... golden. Okay, wood. Not quite sure what I want to do with this quite yet. But I do know I want to do that. At some point, I would like to, I might just use oak logs for the roof for now because I don't really want to waste oak or the wood I've got on stairs. Yeah, that works. Don't really want to waste the wood, the oak I've got on stairs, and I know I like spruce stairs for the roof. So I might just go with a flat top for now. Until I can find spruce or the Wandering Trader happens to be selling some. I don't know. I did something in a build once where I had a loft and I had my bed in the loft. I'll worry about that at another point. I'm just gonna do a flat roof for now. And done. Now this is hard, so I want to craft some fences. Was on the second window block. And there. I want to craft some fences, that way I can have a wooden door. And actually, if I wanted to AFK in my house, and not have it broken down, like what happened in Survival Island, if anyone's watched that or plans to in the future. I was doing something not smart, AFKing in my house on hard, And the house had wooden doors on it. On hard. Which did not last long when the zombie started knocking. So I'd rather not repeat that incident. That incident caused me to hate the rest of the entire series the rest of the time we did it. I don't... Oh... I'm not mad about it now. But I definitely was for several weeks, and I've gotten over it, but as we say, learn from the mistakes of the past and don't repeat them. So I am not going to repeat the mistakes that led to that. It may seem like if you actually do go back and watch the series, I was mad for... I think... Well, I don't remember my upload schedule for that. I think it was daily. But it may seem like I was mad for the entire month that I was recording the series. I wasn't. The way we did that was we just... After I started having issues with streaming... Is... we recorded it, and basically all the recorded episodes were recorded in one giant session that was like 3 hours. And then just cut down into 20-minute bite-sized pieces. So that's why if I seemed really upset through most of that, that's why. Because it was still like days after it happened. Oh, right. Windows. I can fix this whenever I get a bucket. I probably could have killed the iron golem and gotten a bucket that way, but... I'm not going to go all the way back over there just for that. Doors. I do wish I had a bit more coal to light this area up a bit better with. I am using that furnace. I guess if I want to have a basement, we can use these areas on the either side of the furnaces. Okay. Now I'm just silently, sorry about that, I'm just silently thinking about how I can do a thumbnail for this. For anyone curious. Thinking about pillaring it. I'll just do it. Crafting table. It's inside now. Yeah, I do want to do that, but I came in here to make another shovel. I will change that out later for a birch pressure plate. No, I don't want to do that. And there we go. Okay, yeah, that did get rid of the mini-map. Have to check. Always have to double check. And that's how I do a thumbnail typically. That was another thing with 7 Days to Die. Taking a thumbnail was kind of a pain. Because the way you had to do it, it doesn't have like the F1 button on Java that just gets rid of the HUD and everything. So you have to basically go into cheat mode and go into free cam to get a thumbnail. So yeah. Minor grievances though. It's getting dark. This has already been 30 minutes. I'd say it's pretty good for episode 1. We got established house, started on a small farm, and enough food to go caving. I'm going to expand the sugarcane a bit. So I do want to get an enchanting table fairly soon. I'm going to get rid of this tree. I also need to... I think the cow pen can go over there. Yeah, next episode I think is going to take place getting the armor at least, because that iron helmet there ain't going to cut it. Not by itself. So yeah, I'm going to end this one here, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out, everyone.